I'm gonna miss you so much.
Left behind with family friends.
Have a nice vacation!
And far from their home. 3 beloved pets take matters into their own paws. He's Shadow.
Something doesn't smell right.
She's Sassy.
Cats rule and dogs drool.
He's Chaz.
Get a life. Get 9 of them.
Now, they're determined to find their way back.
I'm going home.
Wait!
They're off on an adventure they'll never forget.
Oh, this ground isn't nearly soft enough.
Don't be such a sissy, Sassy.
It's an untamed world full of surprises.
What's that smell? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I never thought anything could smell too much.
Hey, you!
Where nothing comes easy.
Hey, Scram, get your own fish.
Careful, pup.
Help!
And danger waits at every turn.
I gotta tell you, domesticated animals wouldn't stand a chance at it.
Where the forces of nature will test their ability to survive. It will be an incredible journey home.
Hey, guys, wait up.
Come on!
Home is just over that mountain.
Critics agree. 2 thumbs up, say Siskel and Ebert. A masterpiece of family entertainment, says ABC TV. In the classic tradition of Walt Disney Entertainment comes Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey.
Hi, this is Sam.
Becca.
We just got done watching Homeward Bound. This is a little different than we normally do for episodes. We were too tired when we started watching it to do the beginning, so we're just gonna go right into it in our thoughts. This is a very emotional movie, to say the least, for both of us. We love our dog. Obviously, you can hear him on the podcast. We love our cats, and this movie is an insidious attempt to make grown men cry.
And it worked.
Really.
It worked like 15 times.
Michael J. Fox, Sally Field, Don Amici, all doing the voices. Don Amici's voice, particularly,
He sounds like a grandpa.
is Shadow. Something else. Shadow's love for his boy reduced me to tears at least 6 times during this movie. I am a big, tough wrestling guy, and this movie was too much for me to handle.
He says he never wants to watch it again.
I never want to watch this movie again. But it was a double disc, and it had
Homeward Bound too. He says he won't be watching it.
They ran away so many times. I was kind of afraid that they would never be found. So let's tell you a little bit about Homeward Bound if I can get my voice in here and talk about it. Oh, man. It is from 1993.
Yeah.
It's about Shadow, Sassy, Chance. It's a remake of the 1963 film The Incredible Journey. And their sequel, Homeward Bound 2, Lost in San Francisco, which I don't ever want to watch.
I'll watch it and then see if you can watch it.
I don't know. Let me see. Well, let's talk about who else is in it. Don Amici, obviously, the voice of Shadow. Growing up, I was a big fan of Don Amici.
Mm-hmm.
Because beyond his work in Cocoon and Trading Places, he was the voice in The Bickersons, which is a very unwell-known, not known at all, radio show from the... a radio show from the 1940s, and it was a brief TV animated show in the 50s. All it's about is a husband and wife that fight nonstop. And
so all of our parents combined.
It's Don Amici and Frances Langford are in it. And it generally starts with her waking up her husband in the middle of the night to yell at him about the way that how loud he is.
Yeah.
And how he can't stop snoring.
That's my mom.
Yeah.
You're too loud. Quit shouting.
And then, well, no, it's like you're snoring. You can't stop. We're going to take you in for an operation for the doctor. They're going to shorten your uvula. And he goes, "Oh, would you let me sleep?" And then generally it just turns into him making fun of her mom, her father, her whole family. It just gets ridiculous. It is the greatest radio show ever.
I just don't understand how 2 people can dirty so many dishes. Seems like the minute I get through with one stack, there's another. I tell you, John Bickerson, I'm not going to stand for this much longer. Every one of my friends has made at least one day out of John Bickerson. How can you fall asleep at the breakfast table?
It ain't easy with all that talking going on. Wake me in 5 minutes, Blanche.
No, you don't. You just get busy and help out.
I'm tired, Blanche.
That's just an excuse. Did you ever see that sweet young couple next door? Now there's a husband for you. He waits on her hand and foot.
He's an idiot.
He never lets her do anything alone. On Monday, he washed the dishes with her. On Tuesday, he cleaned the silver with her. On Wednesday, he ironed the clothes with her. What do you suppose he did on Thursday?
He mopped up the floor with her.
Also in the movie, Frank Welker, who, as we learned earlier, was the voice of the cat and the gnome in Cat's Eye.
Mm-hmm.
Also from Cat's Eye, Robert Hayes. It's like we picked all these movies together. Like we didn't. Robert Hayes is Bob Seaver in this. Kim Greist is Laura Burnford Seaver, and they have 3 kids. It's a blended family.
It's not blended. They're all her kids.
Are they all her kids? I thought.
Yes.
Oh, are they? Well, then they just tried.
Remember in the end because they called him Dad.
Oh,
Dad
I thought
was
he
a
had.
big deal.
I thought he had one kid that was his.
No.
Bart the Bear played Bear, and Jean Smart from my wife's favorite TV show,
Designing Women, Charlene,
is in it as well.
Mm-hmm.
I really, at the end of this, there's a true hero's journey in this movie that Chance the dog goes through. Where he starts off, he's the young dog, he hates authority.
He's the rookie.
He runs away for a world of adventure, part of the hero's journey. He has an older mentor in Shadow. He goes through danger. He loses things. They lose Sassy. They get her back. Mm-hmm. There's a climactic battle and escape. And you really think he's going to...
2 of them. 3 of them.
3 of them. It is.
A porcupine, a bear, and a mountain lion.
And then finally, you think that Shadow is gone forever at the end. But no, they all make it homeward bound. A true hero's journey, but really just reducing me to a puddle of tears, emotion. Maybe it's because I've been working so much. Maybe it's because our house turns up. I'm really emotional, but I'll tell you what.
Aren't these the things I'm supposed to be going through?
No, we're all going through it. This
is our journey.
Homeward Bound is our journey.
Yes.
Also, Ben played Shadow, Rattler played Chance, and Tiki played Sassy.
No.
I wonder if they were in any other movies. Well, if only there was a place to tell us. Ben was a one-time actor. He was only in Homeward Bound. As Rattler was. Really, dogs don't get their...
What about Sassy?
Yeah.
Well, Tiki.
Yeah. Sassy. Tiki is an actress. See full bio.
Really?
No, that's her. That's her bio. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Her bio. Their bios are all rather short. I'm on IMDb, the dog database. Rattler is no longer with us, by the way.
Don't make me cry anymore.
Okay. Who are some other people that are in this movie? Dorothy Roberts is Peter's teacher, briefly in it. Isn't she from, what do you call it? No, never mind.
Twin Peaks?
She's from Twin Peaks, yes. She was Mrs. Jackson on Twin Peaks.
She was in your show, The Fugitive.
She was. Robert Hayes is going to be in every movie we watch for the rest of this podcast. Well, let's see some trivia on Homeward Bound. Fans, if you're out there and you have seen Homeward Bound, you might like to talk to us about it. You might like to tell us about how it made you cry. It probably didn't. I'm probably the only person here that is this emotional about this movie. This is one of the rare talking animal movies in which the animal's mouth does not move in sync with their lines. Mm-hmm. You know what? I really think that this is the key. If you want to get me emotional about a movie, any movies where dogs speak and dogs relate emotionally, because the end of Look Who's Talking Now is incredibly emotional too. And you know, the widescreen version of this film is really hard to find. Also, they changed the names and the breeds of these. In the film, the original, Chance's name is Luoth, and he's a Labrador. Shadow is a golden retriever, and his name is Bodger, and he is a bull terrier in the book. And the film has a female Himalayan cat named Sassy, while in the novel, it's a male Siamese cat named Tao.
Aww.
Yes, the original Incredible Journey did not feature animals having voices, but had narration.
I think I would have liked that too.
Guess who the voice of Shadow in the French version is?
Jean Reno.
The Professional.
Yes.
And Christian Clavier is Chance. Both actors also appear in the Les Visiteurs movie and the remake Just Visiting. Chance the dog makes 2 references to Arnold Schwarzenegger. He nicknames the mountain lion Arnold Schwarzenkitty, and when they laugh the mountain lion in the river, he says, "Hasta la vista." Which says to me, dogs are able to retain information about movies. So if you would ask Angelo any questions about movies, he can tell you about any of the movies he's watched with us.
Ask Teen what his favorite movie is.
Angelo, what's your favorite movie?
Cruel Intentions.
Oh, Cruel Intentions is his favorite.
He just told me.
Did he? Why does he like that movie?
He likes Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh.
And he says Ryan Phillippe isn't that bad of an actor.
Weren't they married?
No, they were in...
The other ones were
He
married.
says he really doesn't like I Know What You Did Last Summer, though. He says they should both stick to dramas and thrillers.
There is a movie called Movie Nights, Adventures of Bailey, the Christmas Dog. And the dog in it refers to a golden retriever as Shadow, and a cat as Sassy. To it, it's been featured in a lot of things, and it was spoofed in a Goofy movie. So that was it's a quick episode.
What's your rating?
Oh, yeah. My rating is B plus. On this, I did not need to see Shadow fall into that hole.
That's a choice. They had to put it in
I don't believe.
You wished it would have existed.
Him being wet and dirty and talking about how old he was and he couldn't go on.
Die.
Let me tell you something. Every single day that I'm at work, I feel like Shadow in that muddy pit. And I try to climb up that muddy pit. And I try. And I'm like, I'm almost there. And I slide back down. And one of these days, I'm going to be like Shadow and be like, I've taught you everything there is to the rest of my team. I just haven't taught you how to say goodbye. Goodbye. I am leaving advertising.
So you're going out speech? How you're going to leave?
I look at dogs going to heaven as old men leaving advertising. But he doesn't go to heaven. He lives. If you had stopped watching the movie at that point, you would probably think he died. Yes. They really tease it. It's kind of like in... you ready? It's kind of like in G.I. Joe the movie. Hawk gets stabbed. Or Duke, sorry. Duke gets stabbed with Serpentor's spear. And everybody talks about Duke like he's dead. And at the end of the movie, Duke's in his hospital bed. No, he's in his hospital bed. And he goes, "I'm all right, everybody." Duke died when they made it. But then they made Transformers the movie in the interim. If you've ever seen Transformers the cartoon movie, okay, imagine you're like, I was older, so Transformers didn't affect me as much. Transformers affected Noah a lot more than me. There's one scene where like 9 of the Transformers get killed, and by killed I don't mean like, oh, that's off camera.
Blown up.
It's blown up in your face. Like every one of Noah's favorite Transformers gets killed violently, including Optimus Prime, the main good guy, and that kids lost their minds in the theater. Like kids had scarred childhood in the theater, and Hasbro at that point was like, look, said to the G.I. Joe team, if you're planning on killing anybody in this movie,
bring them back.
You better not do it. And they're like, oh shit, we should kill Duke. So they had to do that extra little scene at the end. They also kind of killed Cobra Commander in it too, because he gets devolved into a snake, which is my favorite part of the movie. I'm gonna make you watch it. And we'll review it, because he turns good by the end, and he's like slowly turning into.
I think you made me watch this. It's a cartoon, isn't it?
I made you watch the whole thing. Burgess Meredith and Don Johnson are in it.
Yes, you made me watch part of
and,
it.
And I made you watch the beginning.
Oh.
And they're dragging Cobra Commander around on Roadblock's back. And Roadblock rhymes everything he says, like, "This snake better stop being a snitch," and saying stuff like that. And Cobra Commander keeps going, "I was once a man, now I am a snake. Once a man." He says it about 400 times in the movie.
Useless. All useless. I Oh, yes. I was a man. I was a man. Yes.
Stop saying that, you making me crazy.
Was a man. Men may rule, but serpents never. Was.
You're going snake house, man. You gotta resist.
Yes, was once a man.
Stop strangling me! Cobra! La, 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 la.
It starts off as the awesomest movie ever. Like the first minute and a half of it is the greatest animation G.I. Joe ever had. They like rescue the Statue of Liberty from Cobra. It is the stuff that childhood dreams are made of. It's everything you want G.I. Joe to be. And then everything you believed ever before in G.I. Joe is a complete lie. All Cobra guys are snakes from a snake world. I think there's Golabus, played by Burgess Meredith, who's a giant snake man, who's the boss, the Nemesis Enforcer. It's really bad. One of the only other good things is that Zartan wears snow gear in it, which made me so happy. But it's a really bad movie.
Okay, Golabus. What if you could adopt one of the animals? Which one would you take?
You would have to adopt all three together.
No, but if you were only allowed one.
No, it's not. That's not the way Homeward Bound works.
What?
That's not the way Homeward Bound works. You have to adopt them together because the other two will break the one out, so you'll never truly have him.
Which one would you personally want?
Which one is my favorite? Is a better question.
Thanks.
I'm not making fun of your question. It's just we've already set up that they will not let each other go.
Who's your favorite?
My favorite is Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's old. He understands that sometimes you got to stay in the hole. And you just live there. And he's just like crusty and kind of like telling, come on, kid. That's how he talks. He kind of reminds me of but he's very loyal and he's very loving. And he really sets the rules up for what a dog should be. And he rescues a little girl at one point. Like, he's just smart. He's just together. Like, he's really what you want a dog to be.
Mm-hmm.
Who would your favorite be?
Sassy.
Why is Sassy your favorite?
Because she's the pretty kitty.
She's just kind of like...
She's fluffball.
Yeah.
She has an attitude.
Yeah. Catitude
She has catitude. And you just love her. She's little, and
I would bet that the sequel to this is not as good.
No.
I bet it's kind of like a sitcom-y, kind of goofy madcap situations.
I wonder if the same kids are in it. I doubt it.
So if I have one criticism of Homeward Bound,
what is it?
It's the acting in the kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much the Saturday Night Live sketch. My wife called it out, where the kids go to school. And they go, I can't believe my dog has run away. I hope my dog comes back. He's been gone for such a long time.
I think you should talk like that tomorrow at work.
There's people at work that talk like that.
I know. Maybe they were in child camp.
There's people in my life
mm-hmm.
that talk like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to edit that so I don't get in trouble at work. And watch me forget.
You will.
There's people in my life that talk like that,
mm-hmm.
where everything's a question. So when they say something to me, like if that person watched Homeward Bound, they would say, I watched Homeward Bound last night, and I think it was good. It was about dogs. Everything's a question. Mm-hmm. It had a cat named Sassy. It had a dog named Chance. It had a dog named Shadow.
I like watching your face when you talk.
That's
like
it. Well, because it's like you have to like purse up, squint. It's like you're really straining, and you're like, I hope. And the other voice is almost exactly the same. It's the voice from. Have you ever seen Kids in the Hall Brain Candy?
Long time ago.
It's like, this is a drug that gives worms to ex-girlfriends. What are the side effects? No. This is a drug that gives worms to ex-girlfriends. It's the same voice.
Look, this is just an informal chat. We were wondering what you were working on in your lab.
Well, I've invented a pill that gives worms to ex-girlfriends.
Right, and what's positive about that?
Well, it's a pill that gives worms to ex-girlfriends.
Well, could it also give worms to ex-boyfriends?
This is a drug for the world to give worms to ex-girlfriends.
Well, great. Thanks for stopping by.
You just don't get it here.
Most of my voices are either scratchy voices,
Or high-pitched.
high-pitched, or somewhere in between. These voices have gotten me through 43 years of my life of living in the mud hole with Shadow the dog. I feel like he's my spirit animal. Who would your spirit animal be? I'm not Sassy. In this movie, it would be Sassy, but if you could pick any animal in any movie.
From a different movie?
Any movie that's ever had an animal in it to be your spirit animal, who would it be? I have a couple thoughts of who it could be, but you tell me who it would be, and I'll tell you some other thoughts I have.
I'd rather not have them be my spirit animal. I just like to collect them all.
Who would be your favorite? Tell me your 3 favorite animals from movies. I can guess 2 of them, I think.
Clovis.
Who's Clovis?
From Sleepwalkers.
Clovis, the cat that learns how to use a
He
gun.
looks
Doesn't he
like-
use a gun at one point?
No, he opens the car door.
He opens the car door. He's like a warrior
He's like
cat.
Elvis, though. He's so heavy, he probably could do it, and Elvis probably could too.
Like Clovis leads an entire army of cats into killing 2 aliens.
When Elvis yanks on the door,
Yeah.
like when he wants out, it sounds like a human doing it. Like he's strong.
Who else? Who would be number 2 on this? The shark from Jaws 3.
I can't really hug that.
Okay, Blue from Jurassic World.
I can't hug that one either.
Oh, I was thinking that would be your favorites.
Yeah. No slimy ones. No scratchy ones.
No scratchy
I need huggy ones.
Huggy ones.
Yeah. Probably Verdell from As Good as It Gets. The little dog, remember?
Yes.
He won't step on the cracks because he learns it from Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, that is a good dog too.
Remember when he puts him down the garbage chute and he's giving back to him and he's kissing his face and loving on him and he goes, I found him in the garbage eating diaper shit. It's my favorite. And he's like, oh.
I think that was the first movie we watched when we fixed up our bedroom.
Really?
Yeah, it was As Good as It Gets.
I don't think it was that long ago.
It was an early Becca and Sam
It was.
movie. There's a lot of animals.
Beethoven.
There's
and
a, by
Missy,
the
who
way,
is Beethoven's wife.
There's a new-
Beethoven, too.
there's a new Beethoven that just came out.
What is it, Beethoven 8?
It's like Beethoven's 8th.
I'm not kidding. Like, I can't keep up.
You know, that's like 56 movies in human years.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot.
And just like, what? That was a racist joke. Come on. Come on, that's bullshit. Come on, sir. Sir, that is bullshit.
I said good day.
I said good day, no more dog racism. What would you give this movie, rating-wise?
An A.
A? How many times have you seen Homeward Bound?
This is probably the first time in, like, a good 10 years, though.
You saw it
When
in
we were little, we watched it all the way around.
third grade bus trip.
Yeah, we all went. I think it was like an end of the year type thing.
Did you cry?
Yes, I'm sure I did.
Did you cheer? Did all the
But
kids
when I
cheer
was
at different
little,
points?
I used to, because my mom would let me and my brother, watch or watch movies in the other room, and we'd get our blankets.
Like
we were
9.5 weeks?
What? No, I'm talking when we were little.
Oh, so
But
like
we would
before
build
9.
a blanket fort on the floor in front of the couch, and we'd lay there with our snacks and watch movies. And then when movies were too sad and she was like in the kitchen doing something, we'd both get up, drag our blankets in there, and just start bawling and like make her hold the both of us because we were crying so bad. We used to do that a lot. We'd be like, Mom, the dogs died. And we'd go and she'd hold us till we shut up and then we put in a different movie.
I love you so much.
We did. We would grab all our stuff and go in there. 'Cause she'd be sitting we always had a TV in our kitchen. My dad would go upstairs and lay in bed and watch TV. We'd watch our movies, our kids' movies.
Yeah.
And she'd be in the other room, and we'd go get her when anything sad happened and just bawl.
So your dad would just be like, I'm not gonna.
We wouldn't even go upstairs.
Your dad was like, I'm not gonna go around anybody, and just go upstairs and leave me alone.
Yes.
And the kids would watch the TV, and your mom had her. And just like family secrets, bro. And your mom had her little TV in the kitchen. and she was probably watching Farscape
Mm-hmm.
or like STTNG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the first
Next
time
Generation.
I told you that story about Fievel.
Yeah.
An American Tail. She used to, whenever we would go to the doctor when we were
Yeah.
little.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Andrew was even born yet when that came out.
Yeah.
But if we got a shot or something, we got to go to Toys R Us or, and pick a toy or go see a movie or something.
Yeah.
She took me to see American Tail, just me and her.
Uh-huh.
And as soon as he lost his family and got separated, I sat in my mom's lap and wouldn't look at the movie screen and listened with my eyes closed, but facing the back of the theater.
My brother had to get the allergy shots.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
No.
Whenever you get set up for allergies, this
They
is
poke you,
this
right?
is a horrible the way the 80s medicine was. I doubt they do this anymore.
Yeah.
They would take 60 different samples of things that could give you allergies.
Yeah, and poke you.
And poke you with them.
A poke
And
test,
if you were affected by them, then you had to get allergy shots.
Mm-hmm.
If I ever had allergies, if I got the sniffles and stuff, I would just hold it in so no one ever realized I had allergies because I didn't want to go through this test.
Mm-hmm.
And like when they did immunizations in my school,
They did that thing.
the little ring thing that went in your hand.
Yeah.
I was convinced it was like some Nazi weapon that they would punch me with.
How come they don't do those anymore that way?
Because they were horrible.
Yeah.
And they hurt.
Well, lots of people I've seen have the scars from them.
Yeah, well, older people have the polio ones where they did them like that. And like if you see people that like my dad has one.
Yeah.
Anyone up until like mid 40s, 50s they did those.
My aunt had one. She was in the 70s.
They were real big. They had the polio ones.
Mm-hmm.
But where was I going with this story?
Talking about that Noah and the allergy.
Oh yeah, so thanks. So Noah had got this allergy test, and it was all these shots, and they took him to get a toy, and he could get any toy he wanted, and he got a leather bootleg ET, and it looked like a fucking shoe. It didn't even look like ET. And
a shoe with one eyeball.
A shoe with one eyeball, and
little sticks for arms.
If you want to be gross.
No, I don't want to be gross.
It looked like a scrotum.
Baby.
Anyway, the AT figure. It was made of leather. It was one piece. It had like a seam.
Was it leather or
it was like vinyl. It looked like a couch. And he loved this ET figure. And do you know where that ET figure went?
What? In the box.
In the shoebox in his bed. He laid in bed and he was all sore from his arm. And I would say, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "You can't see my ET figure. It's up here. And know that it's here. But you can't see." E.T. took everybody by surprise, so there weren't any toys for it. Like LJN was the only company that decided to get the toy rights to it. Mm-hmm. So they made a popper of the UFO that you put down on a suction cup, and it popped up, and a wind-up, what do you call it? Like a wind-up bike with Elliot and E.T. in it. And then eventually, like 2 years later, they made figures. Way too late at that point.
Yeah.
But you know what kids I hated the most growing up?
What?
Kids that combined universes. So E.T. was involved with their G.I. Joe battles. Yeah. Or like He-Man played along with out-of-scale figures. Those kids are all serial killers now.
You better not talk to my brother then.
What, he played with...
He's playing Barbies with Ninja Turtles, with all kinds of shit.
Those are the kids...
With Legos.
Those are the kids that have mental problems, baby.
And see, me, I'm not real organized
now,
but everything had to go together when I was little. Everything.
Those are like the people that put dirty movies and pro wrestling on the same tape.
Yes.
Anyway, that is the last of this episode. Homeward Bound. What will we watch next? That could be up to you. Why don't you send us an email at doe138@gmail.com or put a comment right on this page. On our Podomatic page, you can find us at bnsmovies.podomatic.com if you found us on iTunes. Or if you found us through Facebook, you can put a Facebook message. We'd give you our phone number, but we don't want you to have it, because then you'd want to call us and talk to us about Homeward Bound. And I can't talk about it anymore. Because I'll cry on the phone. You'll be like, "Wasn't it horrible when the dog had all the quills in his mouth and he was all bloody?" And I'll be like, "I know, brah. It was the worst." And I don't want that. So thanks again for listening, and we'll see you at the movies. It's like I'm Siskel and Ebert. And we'll see you at... That's what you said.
Why can't you just say, "and we'll see you Next time.
And when you say, we'll see you, and you say, at the movies. Or do you want to say next time?
I'll say at the movies.
You can say whatever you want.
it.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see you
at the movies or next time.